Hello friends, the most distant place on the ocean is called the Nemo Point. 2,688 kilometers separate him from the nearest Earth. Few people in the world float in its surroundings. Even the engineer H.R. Vogel, who calculated them using a computer in 1992, never came even close to him. Also, if you believe the stories of Lovecraft, that's where the great eternal one called Cthulhu lives. This is obviously fiction, but research conducted in the 90s made scientists consider whether in these inaccessible ocean waters there could be a creature capable of surviving in the extreme conditions of our planet. Who really inhabits the most dead and unavailable part of the all-ocean, and why there are so many extraterrestrial objects? Today we will answer these questions. In 1997, scientists heard the awesome sound from around Nemo. Underwater microphones were installed every 3,000 kilometers to study volcanic activity in the southern Pacific Ocean. The trouble is that the sensors have registered something quite different. The loudest sound ever heard from the depths of the ocean. It probably sounded like this. Called him the Bloop for a long time, but his origin was unclear. Specialists of a specific marine environment laboratory at the National Agency of Oceans and Atmosphere tried to solve this puzzle. At first, researchers wondered if the Bloop was from a large ship or other vessel. As it turned out quickly, no ship passed that day. In addition, in a region so far from land, ships almost never appear. This variant fell almost immediately. The second theory was that the noise came from a very large whale animal or giant squid. However, the sound was so loud that no terrestrial creature could make it. Based on the fact that 95% of the world ocean is not studied, scholars advanced another hypothesis. In the depths of the Point Nemo could live an unknown to science creature that by its size even exceeded the size of the blue whale. Currently the largest creature we know. This theory is unreliable for two reasons. First of all, the area around the Nemo Point is not conducive to the development of life. Secondly, this place is located above the gap separating the two tectonic plates, which is constantly expanding. Magma pours into the chasm creating geothermal springs, and these ejects hot water and minerals upwards. In such an extreme environment, life seemed impossible, at least until something quite the opposite was proven. A group of German scientists from the Max Planck Institute of Marine Microbiology conducted research at the Nemo Point in search of life in the depths. It turned out that in ocean waters up to 500 meters deep there are about 20 species of bacteria. Although it is the smallest number of organisms in such a large space in the world, but there is life there. In addition, bacteria attract other larger species, such as the hairy yeti crab discovered in 2005. However, no great creature was found that could make such a powerful sound. According to scholars, the mysterious species would have to be at least 76 meters long, so it would be over twice the size of a blue whale. Researchers from around the world continued to search for sources of sound from the bottom. During this time, incredible theories about the Bloop appeared in the world. Some Howard Lovecraft lovers thought it might be the mythical Cthulhu, while others attributed the mysterious creature to extraterrestrial origin. Probably it would be today if the scientists did not dot the I. According to the theory of seismologist Robert Jack of the Oregon State University, the sound of the Bloop is formed as a result of an ice shake in the Antarctic glacier. Every time a large block of ice breaks off, the sound waves spread in the water on thousands of kilometers. So let's forget about aliens from other planets. And yet something cosmic is in these almost dead waters. Something that was beyond the borders of our planet. It turns out that the area around Nemo has long been known to people who are associated with space flights. Artificial satellites and space probes that have completed their missions are falling just into this part of the ocean. This is where the real spacecraft cemetery is located. The decision to transform this part of the ocean into a space dumpster was made for a reason. Nemo Point is the most distant area from inhabited lands. What's more, very few living organisms have been detected here. Therefore, dropping satellites no longer useful in this place causes the least damage to the environment. The first spacecraft fell here in 1971. And since then between 250 and 300 space stations and probes have accumulated in this area. The largest burial in the cemetery was observed on March 23, 2001. After 15 years of operation, the Mir space station weighing nearly 130 tons was brought to this part of the ocean. At an altitude of about 1,000 km, falling into denser layers of the atmosphere, the station began to disintegrate. Until the collision with water, its weight was no more than 25 tons. The rest of the parts either burned or broke away and scattered over tens of kilometers. According to information found on the network, shards of the Mir station scattered over a length of 1,500 kilometers and 100 kilometers wide. That is why the spacecraft cemetery is not exactly marked with the numbers of the graves and the guard at the entrance. Sunken ships and their parts can be scattered over many kilometers of ocean, but it's still better than if the debris fell on the inhabited areas of our planet. By the way, if the closest inhabited land is more than 2,000 kilometers away, it turns out that space station astronauts, who occasionally fly over Nemo at an altitude of 400 kilometers, are closest to the people there. The most interesting event related to the Nemo Point awaits us in the near future. Probably in 59 years, in the most inaccessible region of the ocean will fall the most expensive project in the history of mankind, the International Space Station ISS. Of course, if everything goes according to plan and its life is not extended. The station weighs over 400 tons, which is 20 times more than all meteorites falling to the ground every year, and 6 times more than Hoba's largest meteor in history. Therefore, if the ISS does not fall apart during flight, we should be witnessing an unforgettable spectacle. And the most inaccessible region of the ocean will expand with a valuable exhibit. Despite the pollution of the area with cosmic waste, the Nemo Point is the cleanest corner of the Pacific Ocean within 1,000 miles. Not a single person will meet there and the sea ships will not pass through here. However, the 2018 yacht regatta proved something different. The crew of one of the sailing ships took a sample of water from that area, and it turned out that 1 cubic meter of water contains up to 27 particles of microplastic. It turns out that even in the most distant ocean waters are already polluted. It is better not to talk about other more populated areas of the water world. In fact, the most polluted sites of all ocean can contain up to 100,000 microplastic particles per cubic meter. Migrating particles on our planet reach even such inaccessible places as the Nemo Point. In 2010, the Gorillaz group recorded an album called Plastic Bitch, in which they touched on this most important topic for man. Band members claimed that the record was recorded in a studio built on marine waste at the Nemo Point. Environmental pollution is a very serious problem, and we should rethink our attitude towards it until it is too late. According to recent data, life in the Pacific is already on the brink of extinction. Friends, it's all in this episode. If you like this video, then you may like it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There will still be many interesting things here.